Something like DK happen my way. This is my time. I'ma shine so much.
Power! I've got the ENEL Green Power.
He is clearly AY Young.
And he be the one them called Timo Peach, guys.
And this is
the Global Goals Music
Roadshow.
Duh. That's what this is.
Yeah, show 35, man. Where in the world are you?
Dude, I'm in Milan. I'm about to like perform, man, headline over here. Like, dude, at Rockin 1000.
So actually, just a sec.
As we say, this is a show that's designed to empower you.
I just thought that maybe.
But I was going through this part, like about how we have to shape the. Oh, Timo.
I thought maybe you could just come inside with me.
Yeah,
should we just do that?
Yeah,
just bring it in.
Dude, I don't even know why I'm outside here. I mean, it's Milan, this beautiful weather and everything like that. But it's totally cool. It's crazy.
Coming to our live studio.
Yes. No, you'll need that right next to you. You will need that right next to you in our showbiz. Yes. So we're and stick your camera on. This is the mate. Well, look at us.
We have a live audience.
We have a live audience.
Oh my gosh.
And for you at home, we are obviously having a bit of a party here backstage at the Rockin 1000 show at the end of Youth for Climate for Change. And so this is going to be a strange hybrid show. We're revealing a normal show in a normal slot right now. But we also got EarthX camera crew with us.
The EarthX camera crew.
And members of the battery crew, what are we with a battery tour?
I would say it's the battery crew.
The battery. Thank you, Phil.
Plugged in,
to their passion, like our show.
I know. What is this show designed to do?
Yeah, I mean, it's designed to empower you. Like the people of the world, outlets. Whether you're an artist, an influencer, an actor, whether you're like me who drops water all over the stage.
Yeah.
I mean, to change the world, to shape it with us, right? To do two things. Power the tour.
Yeah.
Taking action. Seriously, taking action. Using your passion to actually make change. Yeah.
Wonderful. Now, he is normally in the US and I am normally in the UK. And we're both change makers and music artists, passionate about trying to make a better world, about singing and writing the new songs and stories of us. And you're looking particularly showbiz tonight, mate. Why is that?
It's because I'm going to do my passion, be an outlet for change.
Yes, you are. Use my voice to perform and sing and bring people together.
AY is performing. You're not just performing at the concert. You are opening it.
It's gonna be crazy.
Well, let's do that again. You're a live studio audience. You're only opening the whole show. There you go. That's it. You'll get it. So yeah, we are here. And look, I could have brought you some tea. I've got you some.
Oh my gosh, really?
I've got you some water.
I have water.
More water. I drank from it. This is COVID safe.
Yeah, can I just toast this?
Oh,
shit!
How good is that? Cheers.
Grazie.
Grazie. That's me.
Dude, what do we have today? Are we even intro? Are we playing like?
Yeah, no. I think it's probably time already. We asked this question.
What's in your wallet?
No, it's not.
That's not
We've still not done that sketch, have we?
Wallet,
No.
bro?
We are definitely asking this question.
Global goals guests from the east to the west. So can you guess where the global goals guests are from this week?
Because they could be basically from anywhere.
I mean, yeah, dude, like pretty much anywhere.
Oh yeah. No, before we do that, guests.
This is you're doing terrible.
I am doing so badly. No, I am doing that.
Here's some of his music.
Oh, some of my music, yes.
From speed and plow to silver transports far above the earth, the mark.
And this is some of his music.
I can see the distance closing, all my problems feeling rolling like I'm floating.
some of your music and some of mine.
Okay, and we're professionally knowing what camp. Okay,
Which
where the heck are they in the world? Where are we?
yes, so we've just run the jingle for the guests. We can edit that out.
Yeah.
Phil, edit that out. Put it in the
Phil!
order. Thanks, Phil.
Phil really sucks at production. Like, we have to figure out how we get it out. Plug it.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Should we welcome all
We
our
should
Global
totally.
Goals guests
Like,
on
who
the
do we
stage?
have, bro? Where in the world are they?
Please give a big welcome to Show 35's Global Goals guests. Come and join us on this glamorous set, all four of you, please. We have Shona,
Just pack it in.
we have Giovanni, we have Morton, and we have Piotr. Come and join us, guys. Yeah. So we're going to hand you these microphones. Who are you and where are you from? Where in the world are you from?
I'm from Italy, Genoa, Liguria, so very close to Milan.
Wonderful. And can you pass that on to...
Yeah, I'm from Italy, from Sardinia, but I live in Milan since many years.
Lovely, and you can hang on to that.
And out past to the left. And just say like, who you are and what do you do?
Okay, I'm Shona Smith. I'm an actor and I am hosting the FX TV series Road to Glasgow, which is all about the lead up to COP26.
Booyah!
Amazing.
Did I say I'm from Scotland?
You're from Scotland.
Scotland. I love Scotland. Just Scotland, y'all.
He's doing it. He's doing it.
Is that good? I don't know. Okay,
It's not.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Dude, I have to rein in my accents. It might want to.
Really?
But
Okay.
it is all different. And
Yes.
last but not least,
I'm
Morton.
a football player playing in Italy, but I'm originally from Oslo.
And
He's
it's-
the man. What you guys doing? Yo, you guys can keep
You
the
can
mic,
hang on to
right?
the mics,
I
yeah.
can. Can I say like
Go
what
for
you guys don't freaking know about this guy, man? He's been out here, making a difference and impact, and everyone here has. But even before some of these new concepts are so popular. So dude, I'm so happy to be sitting next to all of you guys. Go ahead, Timo.
Morton, you had started with you then. You have become really quite famous, even as a young professional, successful football player, for the context you bring to the game, not just your skills, but your global worldview. You are a midfielder by day, but you are a climate activist with your whole work. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. When I was lucky enough to become a professional football player when I was around 18, I moved to Holland. I'm from Norway, so I just suddenly I was, how the football world works. I was bought by a club in Holland, and 2 weeks later, I was sitting in a small city in Holland. I didn't know anybody. I went to training, and after training, I had a lot of free time. So I started to read about all the problems we have, all the problems we have to solve as a society, as a facing that, the climate environment crisis quickly became an issue. I still had a lot of problems, and I just found that I had to use all my power or all things, use my influence to address these challenges and do what I can. And I quickly understood that, of course, I can do a lot with my own individual footprint, but realized that my impact, my influence on other people is also a thing I can use my role and my platform as a football player to use that to address these challenges. And, that's what I've been doing the last 7-8 years. And it came to some points where I kind of had some moments of doubt if it's actually worth it with becoming a professional football player, because of course it's an individual project. It's kind of an egoistic project because it's all about me.
Yeah.
But I kind of all the time I come to the conclusion that the best thing I can do for the climate environmental crisis is to become as good as possible in football and use my platform to influence as much other people to
Using the platform,
use
exactly.
the platform to spread this message, because I kind of feel that's the problem we're at now. We need to engage more people to become a part of this fight. And football is the biggest social phenomenon of our time. It's the global football family is more than 3.5 billion people all over the world.
Crazy,
Cross cultures,
That's
countries,
amazing. That is amazing.
religions. It's a cross-culture and religion phenomenon that I can't think of any other. Of course, music has the same ability.
I think we'd like to stick up for music a little bit.
But
There,
I think there's no other sport that is even close to having that reach as football. And so far, football hasn't taken that chance to actually create change. And I think actually that's
I mean, I think it
football has the ability and the possibility to actually save the world, because we have to empower the football to start.
Save the planet.
Oh, can we just give a round of
Yeah.
applause for that? Because hang on to
that. I mean, can I pass this over to this side? Because it's interesting. Because this is weird, bro. You're talking about using, right? I mean, you're talking about using your platform, your influence, which really makes me think so much about what you do with Glasgow in general. But like, what do you guys think on that thought? Pertaining to what you guys do, like this time we're in of like, how can I use my platform, company, to drive impact?
From my side, I can say I started. My goal is to influence in responsible tourism. So I started hiking when I was 16. I crossed half Italy from Liguria to Rome, around Rome, by hike, and I understand that there was a big responsibility in making tourism. So even tourism has a super impact in the world. So even this side is very important to influence and to respect the country we visit, and to be in contact with the culture and respect the culture, respect the environment. That's very difficult, because tourism has many difficult points, like the flights and the connections.
I was going to sort of cut in, but I was going to say exactly that. We've all had to fly here, you because of the Atlantic. Even from Britain, we had to, and it's starting to feel weird doing that now, which brings me to a power issue. Giovanni, when are we going to get electric planes that can cross the Atlantic?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Solve this problem right now.
Could you get on that, please?
He's like, shoot.
That's kind of my dream. I mean,
Yeah.
I think just before talking about the energy, I think that we can make something together, and you probably are creating good connection, because one of the favorite projects on which I'm working on is the sustainable tourism. And I want to be, tourism, sustainable and inclusive tourism with clean energy, because I work for ENEL Green Power, that is a company that is heavily involved in clean energy. And one of the things that we are thinking about, the renewable plants are in a very beautiful places. So why not to, try to attract people, also tourism, in order to understand how the plant work, the renewable works, and what the benefit it can provide for the local communities. So maybe we can work together.
That sounds
this
wonderful.
This is SDG number 17, right?
Yes, it is. It is.
Which I mean, holy crap, we have so many sectors here. So beautiful. I want to hear your thoughts just on that before we switch to like another thought. Like, what are your thoughts on the whole, again, platform, influence, what you're bringing to the table? I mean, what are your thoughts? Miss
Shona.
Incredible Shona. Like, you're doing it, the Road to Glasgow, right? With this EarthX collab.
Yeah.
Tell me your thoughts.
Honestly, personally, I don't have a huge platform, it's important to say, but I've always been really passionate about this stuff. And being a part of this project has taken me to the next level of feeling like I can actually speak about it and educate people. So it's quite exciting. Yeah, I've been kind of thrown into climate action world.
You were saying that this documentary that you guys are all making, with you Shona fronting it, The Road to Glasgow, stories leading up to COP26 in Glasgow is being held. I'm fascinated by the stories you found talking to young people, but also that you've lived out loud with this. In fact, you guys have as a team a bit, learning as you go. That sounds great. What's changed for you in that? Stories you've heard, things you felt as you've learned stuff? Big question, I know.
I think I was really idealistic about the whole thing, but doing all of this, I found it so complex. The amount of
well, who knew that?
it takes to get anything done, and the number of people involved in making any decisions.
I know.
Yes.
It's
Brother, I'm feeling
overwhelming, it's a bit disheartening, honestly.
Yes.
But so not to be completely negative, but yeah, it's
No, I mean, you're being real. Like, I have to I'm like, I've been saying this the last couple of days. It's like I would say the hardest thing in the world, that I've noticed in the last like years as being a young leader and launching Project 17 is actually bringing them together. Like I feel like it should be the easiest thing. It's so simple.
Yeah.
You guys should be working together. It seems so easy. And what I see with what you're doing with the Road to Glasgow, you're like, well, I don't have. You say you didn't really have a platform, but I mean, you do though, because I mean, you stand for women. You stand for people that don't. You find stories that people need to hear. Like that is, I think that's a big thing, and your platform's growing.
Yeah, for sure. I apologise for the slight accidental gender imbalance. It's different every time you're mixing it.
No, it's fine.
Yeah,
I
no.
didn't even think about it.
No, indeed, because we're all people. But anyway, thanks for having us. Do you think it's about that time we asked the question?
I think
should we test them on
we
this?
We should probably test them on something that we haven't done.
No, I think it's probably time we asked the question.
What goal are you most plugged into? Seriously, we need to know what goal you like.
Okay, really quick. You have like 5 to 10 seconds to go. Which goal are you most plugged into?
16.
Oh wow!
Oh wait, tell us the goal and then why. So let's redo that.
We can edit that in post. Phil, make a note.
I'm a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit unsure actually which one because I will forget the number 16. Is that? Can you confirm?
Yes, it is.
Peace and justice.
Yeah, peace and justice.
No, then it's not 16.
Okay, we don't want peace and justice.
14? 15? Life on land. Did you mention life on land?
I think when we speak about the goals, we have this other platform which is the fundamental life, which that's where my pure passion is. Like, what is the core fundamental of our society, and that's life on land. Of course, just making sure we have livable planet, and that's kind of my. And all these things work together. I'm like speaking of the goals one-on-one. I think sometimes becomes because. If you look at it, it's just one big, they're all part of the same.
It is.
So you cannot solve the climate crisis without speaking of inequality, women's rights. All these kind of things.
It's a trick question every week. The answer is that they all matter.
Yeah, but that would be my answer.
That was good. That was good.
But also, Morten, there are those who are saying that you feel so connected to the ground. On the pitch, you're not one to take lots of unnecessary dives to get closer to it. I don't think you are. Shona, what's your?
I recall you telling me backstage
that
there would be no quizzes.
I did, and I forgot.
Yes.
So you're going to have to review for me every single global goal so I can pick my favorite.
There's so many and this is great because you don't need to know what the goals are. Honestly, now you do because I'm showing you. But the thing about the show too is a lot of people don't know what they are, and that's cool. So they're like these 17 things that the UN's like, hey, we got to do this by 2030. So there's no poverty, right? Everyone needs food, zero hunger, everyone needs water. Number 6, obviously I got my start with goal 7 because I was doing a concert with renewable energy. So it's which one are you connected to? So why don't you think about that for a second? We're gonna come back to you, and then my dude from ENEL Power, energy. What's your favorite goal?
Of course, number 7.
Let's get the formalities out of the way and put that one up. I thought you might say something quite different.
It's pretty easy. But, when you think that energy is today a sort of a right, a fundamental right for people, because without energy we can't do anything. There are already, today, there are still 800 million people without access to electricity. 2 times the population of the United States. Can you imagine?
That is nuts.
And that's incredible. And it's not a problem. I mean, if you think that, okay, I can't drive my electric car or whatever. The problem is that without electricity, you can't even study at night. It's the get dark. So it's a problem also for the education. It's a problem for cooking. It's a problem for a lot of things. And that's why, it's very, very important. But it's something that I'm passionate about since I was, 6-7-year-old a kid.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, because at that age I was, not about electricity, but almost, because my dream, 7-year-old, was to invent a no polluting engine for cars powered by water.
Wow!
Can you imagine? That was my dream.
Have you still got
I'm not an Israel kid. I know that's strange.
Have you still got the blueprints?
No, not yet. But you can't be surprised that I got graduated environmental engineering.
Indeed.
That was my my passion, because I'm passionate about the environment and people. And then
I love that.
I decided to work in electricity and try to in clean electricity, which is different.
Yes.
And try to give access to this right to a lot of people. And that's what we try to do every day.
Now, and Piotr, coming to you, as a tourist person, you're collecting the whole world, so you could pick so many of these different things.
Yes.
What goal do you feel most plugged into, if you had to?
There are, I think, two. There are 13 and 15. 13 is climate action, I think.
Climate action, yes.
And 15 is life and planet, and because I saw many places on Earth, and I understand how even experiencing, for example, the deforestation in Mexico or other country helped me to understand the problem that deforestation creates around the community and even the environment. We are. I live and I burn and rise in a hydrogeological in a region that is has a great hydrogeological risk.
Right.
Probably Liguria and Genoa. We had a bridge that falls down for problematics connected even to the climate.
He just pushed language.
So
right there. I was like,
cool.
Got you, dog.
Definitely.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was
and
so I can say these two for me are. But all the goals, as Morten said, are linked one to each other.
And I think people, the more they see the Global Goals Music Roadshow, and the more we start recognizing, oh my God, this CEO for this company still puts his jeans on one leg at a time, and he's still human, and he's still an outlet.
Wait, we need to check that. Do you put your jeans on one leg at a time?
Well, no.
Oh, okay. So that is it. He's not human. Do you jump in both legs at the same time?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you've got an extra energy about it.
But my point is like, yes, beer, right? You already know what I'm saying. But you know what I'm saying. Shauna went down for the good time. Hello, honey. What's your goal? We've been waiting.
I connect my, but then you stole it. It has to be number 13. Climate action. That's what the original goal is. It's kind of like we all the talk and trying to find what tangible actions actually would help. Every episode addresses that, and so I've been really, really learning a lot.
It does. We just use these as a framework. So the UN set them up, and they seem like quite a sort of academic thing, but we use them as a framework for reference. This is what you're doing. This is how it connects to other things. So the little joke we do every week with our GG guests is just to help give you a sense of connection, which you all clearly have.
But it's our framework. It's our guideline. I'm not having much to talk too much about Project 17. Maybe I will after, at some point off stage or whatever. But even using them as a framework to plug everyone into what they're passionate about. I think I really do enjoy the goals for that piece of like whatever you care about, right?
Yeah. Now, well, this brings beautifully, almost like we worked this out.
Totally, because we're professional.
Because we're professional.
We're really good.
We're professional. So why are two musicians sitting here talking about climate stuff? Maybe that's not such a daft question here at the Rockin 1000 concert, which you're performing at. Did we say that yet? But man, how did you become a young leader as a music artist? And what is Project 17? You mentioned it. What is it, man?
Sometimes when people ask me, how did you become a young leader? I'm like, yo, I have no idea. But I literally, you know what I'm saying? But I got this TV show called The X Factor, and I wanted to do a concert every day and got hit with what every musician probably here has got hit with. How many followers do you have? How many tickets is your last tour? I just obsessed over energy storage, found out it was the best resource. I agree with you, you know what I'm saying? And I figured out how to power, a concert anywhere. And started the battery tour.
The battery tour. We should probably learn a bit about where that's coming from.
Just show them the journey.
We should show them the journey.
We got here, so no one's like, this guy's came out of nowhere,
Phil, can you run the video, mate? Phil. Now's the time
Phil! Dude, where's Phil? Gosh dang it. Where's Phil? We're totally not.
a local hip-hop artist makes an international name for himself. He is the first artist to power his concert with 100% renewable energy.
It is a real honor to recognize Mr. A.Y. Young, the founder of Battery Tour.
It's incredible. Can't wait for you to see this. The United Nations is now throwing its support behind him.
Mr. Young has made a big impact in his young life, born in 1991. He's a singer-songwriter, a dancer, producer, entrepreneur, and sustainability advocate. He's staged and performed more than 800 concerts. He was named by the United Nations recently as one of 17 youth world leaders of the world. The only individual selected for that honor from the United States.
I'm looking forward to stimulating this local economy further, bringing entrepreneurs together, bringing businesses together, bringing the world together so we can make some change. I'm AY with the Battery Tour, and we're here in Honduras. It's beautiful. We're going to bring power, solar energy, medical supplies, reading glasses, all those things to the people of Honduras. Hey, mama.
If it's true.
If it's true, I'll find my way to you.
Love. Now, I have this thought, though. We're talking about Project 17. I'll just run through it super briefly because to me, it's really special to have ENEL here and to be here at Rockin 1000 because, what we're really doing is bringing the world together. It's really dope to see a company and influencer and a football player coming in, and it's really happening. Like, this is literally happening. But that's what Project 17 is. We're bringing every facet of humanity together, right? Plugged into the goal we care about. So it's not just one song for each goal, which you're about to hear goal 17. It's going to be so crazy. But
tonight,
right?
live.
It's the influencer. It's the guy that's on YouTube with 100 million followers. It's freaking, the girl on TikTok that has 50 million followers who cares about gender equality. Black Lives Matter. We're finding what you care about and we're plugging you in. And I'm just so happy to be just sitting next to you for sure, in the sense of being a fan of what you do, and then seeing and seeing you, Sean, and seeing you, man. It's like, oh my gosh, this is happening. We are coming together.
That's what we want to see happen.
And so, with that being said, what's your thought? Just an open floor of okay, guys, so much conversation. We're here at this COP thing. I must be different because I was talking to you the other day. We were on the camera. I was just like, yo, there's a whole bunch of people coming here to talk, and I'm used to doing the battery tours. After the concert, I'm seeing some kid in Honduras get energy. You know what I'm saying? And it seems even when I became a young leader, there was the millennial goals. Remember, this has been going on for a while, and I'm just shocked. And we're at this
year we're gonna do
and
it.
There's just a whole lot of talking, bro, and I'm confused because I'm not used to. I'm used to, So, what is your thought about this COP thing and everyone coming together to talk for sure? But and I still want to know, is the world going to change the day after COP? I really want to know.
Oh, I really hope so. That's what they say.
What's about to happen?
It will, won't it?
Let me know your thoughts, because I'm honestly puzzled.
Yeah, me too. I think there is a massive lack of action and a ton of different conferences, meetings, and talks and organizations, and I was telling you about all the acronyms in the UN. It's really confusing and
silos.
But I think something that we've kind of concluded as a show, or we're kind of puzzling through, is that I don't know if the UN has the framework or has the structure to actually get things done. It really is just a place to come and talk, and that the individual responsibility is on the different countries and the different people. I think that's why these kinds of things can be what's happening here? It's really just a lot of people talking. But not that that's not important to have people come to the table. But
we were talking a bit about storytelling, weren't we? And how it's hard for big corporate organisations to tell stories in a sort of truthful way, artists can.
Well, it's all tied up in politics.
Well, there's a lot of people talking, but there's a whole bunch of corporations that are well, get our logo on that stage right here. It's money's being spent right there. Like, what do you think about, bro? You're in the sports world. You see, you know,
Yeah, and you know what? You
Right.
did a wonderful bit of storytelling. Sorry to jump
Yeah.
in by changing the number on your shirt this
Yeah.
year, very famously. Tell us about that.
Yeah, that was quite. That was a response, of course, to the report that came out in August from
Yeah,
National Climate Change.
IPCC,
Of course,
yeah.
IPCC. Of course, that's still warning us, or not warning us, actually giving us a code red, which I think they never called any report before code red, like in any circumstance. So I think it's serious. It's really
Yes.
serious, and I mean, we all know that, and we all know that that won't change in the way we're doing things right now. It won't change before we take action. We say, and it's just, and then and the thing with the number 2 shirt was just a reaction. I thought, okay, well, I just have to make like kind of a response now. Kind of, what can I do? And we were just in a moment where we were changing, and we could choose the number of our shirts. And I saw the number 2, and I was like, okay, that's a cool idea.
Brilliant.
And it turned out to be really cool. I think that kind of storytelling is what I kind of want to achieve. Now I made a foundation, We Play Green, who wants to do just that.
That's right. We Play Green.
To get together or create a community of engaged football players all over the world to spread this kind of climate communication through their channels. Because if you think about it, football players, artists, all of these people have the ability to influence so many people. When we speak about the football world, which is 3.5 billion people, that's 2 times Christianity, and it's 2 times the size of China, and 2 times the size of Christianity, and 1/5 of China. So I mean, it's a lot of people. And
have you had pushback from that in standing up the way you have?
I mean, of course, because football is all until now it's been about politics, and football doesn't belong together. And I think that's part of a whole kind of mindset that we cannot afford to no longer have, because we've seen it. I use COVID as the best case. Look at football. Football doesn't work in society that doesn't work. I mean, nobody plays football in a world of COVID. Nobody will play football in a world where it doesn't solve the climate crisis.
Yeah.
First of all, because football is so well interlinked with society, football will be directly influenced by climate change, because pitches will, of course, be on water. There will be extreme weather, too warm. I mean, this summer it was too hot to play when it plays in Italy. So I mean, all these kind of impacts will actually impact football directly and impact all activities we do. So I mean, the general thought from in the sports industry has been football or sports has been kind of, it hasn't been kind of, it has this always had this ability to get away with a lot of things, because of course it brings so much passion and so much joy to people, which is good, which is great. We have to use this in a good way, because we're at the point now where we just have to join. Everybody has to join forces, and nobody can be left out. Like everybody has to join. Nobody can say, and that's, I think that's the core argument. We don't have time now to say, okay, but you have to do this, we can do that. I mean, the core argument there, if you think about it, like, okay, what does it matter if we do this, if China still pollutes? I mean, that's the argument that I hear the most from, like, what does it matter? But I mean, if we start to think this way, then nothing will happen. Yes. So I mean, I think in general that we need more passionate people, we need more engaged people to solve this crisis. And to achieve that, we need to create more awareness, and we have to create positive engagement through people who can do it, and that's influencers and people has a great possibility to do that, and especially young people.
I'm thinking of ENEL here as you're the largest, you represent the largest clean energy provider in the world, ENEL, is that correct? How do you plug your passion into that as a person? It's obviously as an engineer and another person, but is it a company where you guys feel the mission every day? How do you live that in a corporate environment with lots of cogs and complexity, as you were talking about, Shona, like the UN has? How do you get around that and keep it alive?
Well, I mean, first of all, let me say that it's right. I mean, totally agree with you. We need more passionate and engaged people. And come to your question, the purpose of the company is to empower a sustainable progress. Can you imagine what does that mean? That means that basically we feel the mission that we have in front of us. Basically, what we are doing is making business by helping to solve an environmental problem, a social problem.
Yeah.
How can you be passionate about that?
Yeah.
It's almost impossible, because we feel that we are going the right direction. We are spending our time, our efforts, our patience for a goal that is not only the profit of the company, which makes profit, but also the profit of the world. I mean, the entire environment, etc. And that's the type of actions that we as employees will put in place. I mean, because we devote our time, our knowledge, for trying to speed up this process. Because you're right. I mean, a lot of people is talking about this, and the action is a little bit behind.
Yeah.
Probably it took a little bit too much for the awareness about the problem.
Yeah.
And that's
and I have to say, man, and as I'm saying, I must be really new to all this. I mean, I really am, bro. Like I'm from the street corner, like literally, like hundreds. That's what I'm saying. I'm not sure how all this works because like when I got into the UN, I met Mina Muhammad, the SG, and and it's just I made. And I'm very A and B in general oriented. So like getting into this climate movement, like I remember the day that I met Al Gore. Like the day I met Al Gore, that dude's dope, right? I mean, he's saying all this dope stuff, and I look behind him and there's the stage, and it's huge. And I was like, bro, you should be Powered by Battery tour tomorrow. Boom, But like I'm thinking to myself, like overall though, like at least for me as an artist, because you're like a football player, like influencer, it's like I think what we can bring to the table. I know you're laughing, but you really are good. You know what I'm saying? And you're styling here. It's looking beautiful. Hello. Okay. But like we can bring to the table is like it should be unacceptable. Right? Like when I listen to some of these artists, and I'm not naming names, but like these, I've even seen artists at sustainability events, and they're like girls' butts and it's like, bro, this can no longer be acceptable anymore. Period. And I love your people planet. I know I hear that a lot. It's like, hey, we need to make it where you can't be a functional company if you're not making an impact. That's positive.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think. I do. Now I've got a thing I want to ask you guys about. If when you two team up, could you really push the whole airship agenda? Because that's how I want to fly. It seems clean. It's a bit slower. I've got a thing about airships. Can we just? Couldn't we get the airlines together with the liner industries, and bring back airships? What do you think about sustainable travel and the kind of the getting around the planet? How do you deal with that in your business?
It's. I can say it's very difficult to afford, but it's possible. We have to start from we are not very, I don't know what to say, yes, I mean, not everyone loves the tourism as is everything. That's how you live this travel in a certain way. If I go to Africa and I ask for a spaghetti pomodoro, that's not right. Okay, in a certain way, we must be. I was last week. I was in an island in the Mediterranean island, very close to Africa, and there is a little wine production in the island, but there are so many land abandoned because the wine is not growing, but the production of the wine inside is going down, but the tourism is growing. Right. And a lot of people, a lot of restaurants has more wine from France, from continental Italy, and that's not right. We should empower the production of local wine to even have a less CO2 impacts with the export of wines. So tourism starts from the shows of personal choice inside the place you visit. Now, what you eat starts from what you eat, how you impact with the local community. Even about the comfort, is important to say that now they are trying to make some eco resorts, but that we should be very quiet.
You make me think there of a link to our work as musical storytellers, that the idea that the holiday you have, the vacation you have, starts in your head. It's the story, the expectation you bring with you, and our expectations about the way we see the world is kind of all wrong, essentially. This is a cultural thing. And that's why you and I are in this game, because we feel as experience creators and storytellers, we want to empower and inspire others to do that, to create experiences that change the way you see and feel about things. Shona, before we bounce to our surprise last GG guest, what have you found talking to young people on the road to Glasgow and at Climate for Youth here? What are they saying to you as they look forward?
A really interesting thing that actually Eli inspired this line of thinking, and I had a lot of people kind of talk about it, was the youth are frustrated that they're so siloed and so separated.
Siloing again,
from,
yeah.
Like the adults, and so I think like putting the youth like over there and having like youth events, it kind of like makes it like the side plate and not as important. And it is. And
Like,
wouldn't it be better to integrate?
Integrate,
everybody?
yes.
Like,
It's just so many. It's like youth.
you matter, but not as much.
Yeah, you matter, but
it's
not
like,
as
actually
much.
matter more because this is our future.
Yes.
Because money.
Yes.
Money.
That was a sound, that was a voice. Oh, what were you going to say, man, before we get the voice on?
No, it's like spot on. We were just talking about that in stage ago. I know we do that or something. We're talking about this youth. Like I just feel like it's just so unoriginal and how to make. Sometimes I'm having a tough time with some of the things I see, But I will say that I am super energized when I see a company like yours, or I meet people that work for ENEL, and you're talking to them, and you're like, wow. And, you're a business, you got to make money, but these people care about making an impact, and then they're strategizing how they can do that. And what I see you doing, the more of us uniting that way, and, those, some of those higher ups will have to take us seriously. People. I got in this position because I didn't have the battery tour powered by Walmart or Tesla or right? And I was like, you know what? Once I found out there was 1 billion people that didn't have energy, I said, well, I can do a concert every day for 8 to 10 freaking hours. And I'm all about 10,000 hours. I know about sports, but right? And
My plane still hasn't had 10,000 hours of work, and it's
you
about
definitely
time.
have, dog. You're freaking close.
No.
This is a freaking genius. I don't know why you're talking like that, bro.
Have you heard me play the piano? That's another thing. Go on, keep going. 10,000 hours.
You're 10 times better than me. This dude. I don't know why you always so modest, but yeah, I was like, I can be that. I can. As many shows as it takes to raise enough money to build a box and send one person access to energy. Action. That is act. If we keep taking actions and we keep coming together and breaking down the silos, and then building bridges, right? That's what I'm trying. That's definitely what I'm trying to do, because then once you got the silos down, then you can build the bridges. There's nothing they. I'm gonna say they like who's they, but there's nothing anything can do to stop that but ourselves. Yeah. But it starts with coming inside first and with us, and we'll do it.
That starts inside first,
Totally.
And you're using your gift to break barriers and build bridges.
Totally.
And I think we need to bring on our off-stage voice. Please give a big welcome to our last GG guest. It's only Rain Stone. Rain, bring it in. Scooch in like you're barely there. Beautiful. Make yourself at home. Hey, thanks for dropping in.
I'm here.
Yeah.
I kind of like squeezed.
You did, which is not a very COVID-y feeling thing to do, but make yourself at home. We have bubbled as a team now since we've been here. So what brought you on the Battery Tour team then? To pause your own showbiz lifestyle and stellar trajectory and amazing talents to come hang out with us bunch of jokers and follow him on stage?
Following her own path, probably.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No, that's right on, because everything that everyone sitting here is trying to do is everything that I was gonna do no matter what, and I've been saying to everyone important in my life, my partner, my family, my friends, the thousands of people I've performed for, I cannot wait to have a real life team of like Avengers, of superheroes, of people of all different shapes and sizes, like coming together and using their specific skill and passion to help change the world, because that is absolutely what it's going to take.
Yes.
And I'm coming from a place of somebody who grew up in a small town, you know, as a queer, very intelligent woman who, you know, I was a little girl at one point, but now, you know, and so, and the thing is I have been the person getting sent to the principal's office since I was very small for speaking up in class and saying, you know, this history that you're talking about is missing so much context, or the science is missing so much like real life application, and so and I think that there's something very fundamentally wrong with our education and with our society, that we're punishing people for being passionate, and that we're taking you know, young people, and we're saying, like you were saying, you know, oh, here's the youth going over here to talk about something, but because you guys haven't, you know, had your investments haven't grown long enough for you to be the wealthiest segment of the population, it's not really that important.
Yeah.
But that's because we're valuing something that is unsustainable. Money can't actually feed people. Like, what are you going to do with your $1 billion when there's nothing to make $1 billion off of anymore?
I feel like that's a question we should ask everybody. What would you do with $1 billion? But we might be here for a long time. So.
Oh yeah.
But you are making me think that here's maybe a cute link. I don't know. That you're making me think of a tourism link here. That context is usually missing from the way we sell holidays and packages. We're not just tourists in life. Everything has a connection and an impact and a story passing through the territory. Man, you're just passing through because you guys are both going on stage now, right? I mean, literally.
What did you say? Yeah. I mean, no, we're still on the show, though. We still did it. We got the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you got Rain here. I mean, she's here.
Yeah.
Are you expecting you want to wrap this up or something?
No, we don't have. I thought that maybe, you know, you might be going off to do a stellar. We can settle in and we can chat for a bit more. That's great. Yeah.
It's literally almost 8 right now.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Cool. Yeah. Okay. First of all, dude, it's been great. Like being with you. Like this. Right?
Yes.
Like Caroline, the backside.
Yes.
This is like, it's super dope. You know that, Ray? Real talk. But I mean. You can wrap this up, right? Like,
no, you were. I can feel it coming.
I know.
It was welling up.
I mean, we ride on
the time. Yeah, but you were building to a moment.
She's playing guitar. She's here.
She is.
And I know this is. We could have probably finished this one.
Oh no! You were right there. You were right there. It was going to be beautiful. You were going to take us all to a crescendo, sum it all up.
I know, man.
You're
guys,
young leader. Just
rock my socks off. You gotta wrap it up for me. Because I'm literally like hopping on stage.
Okay.
Pretty much like
it was right.
I gotta do my vocal warm ups. Like, I mean, next time, like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Guys, you guys rock. And then,
right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Classic
do we have
rock
a mic?
song.
Is the mic on? We good? Okay. Cool. Okay. Thank you guys. Yeah.
That's some classic rock star stuff
Right. It was right there. He had it. I felt it was about. Well, that is the life of a showbiz change maker. He's got to go. He's literally going on stage. I like the very blasé way that you are just hanging back. He's on stage. He's not going on until you do.
Here's that's true. The show doesn't start until we both walk on that stage. But you know how.
And you know it.
You boy, everybody's about to find out too. You know, the thing is though is I gotta go warm up, and I just get on there and I just crush it no matter what.
Yeah, that's true. That's
cool.
You do tend to crush it. So look, before you go and crush it one more time, like it's just another day, guys. What last thing would you like each to leave us with? Giovanni, I'll start with you. I think a last thought from your perspective before we go.
We definitely need action, collective actions, work together, try to find connections among different. Silos or energies, and we have to really work together to speed up this process, because we definitely need to not to wait too many years,
Not wait too many years.
Otherwise, it will be too late.
Thank you, Piotr. While we're walking around,
to link with Greta, we don't need blah blah blah. We just need action, and that's all. I mean, political action, personal action, Fridays for Future. We must act.
You've nailed it, Morton. Man, what
That
would
was
you
a
leave
very
to?
good answer.
It was, wasn't it? Yeah.
No, I will just join in on your thoughts about money stuff you said, and I think it's a good expression actually. I didn't came up with it. It was partly the foundation, which is parlay for the oceans, who said in their CEO said that the purpose is the new luxury. That's I think is
Oh,
that's a good one. I really
that's
like that
lovely,
one.
yeah.
Purpose is new luxury. And I mean money isn't worth nothing in the world you can't live. So I mean
That is
that's
perfect.
I think I cool.
And finally, Shona.
Yeah, I feel like I've been a bit of a donor.
Go for it.
I've
Go for
got to say something.
I'm
Yeah.
feeling you might, but go on, Shona.
You want to say more?
No,
no.
No, go for it, Shona.
Right. I said I feel like I've been a bit of a donor, but I wouldn't want people to be donor-hearted. I think even the smallest adjustment to your lifestyle or the smallest shift in mindset makes a huge difference. And because I've experienced people kind of giving up or say, oh, it's not worth it, or that's absolutely not true. Normalizing, caring about the climate or the environment, whatever your global goal is extremely important. It starts here. Yeah.
It starts there.
That's what I would say.
Love it.
Don't give up.
Don't give up. Can I say before?
Yes.
Where can people watch when can people watch the Road to Glasgow, the film that you are all making for Earth X?
It's a docu-series. 6 episodes, earthxtv.org. You can watch the first 2 episodes now on the app.
Amazing.
Earth X app, you can already watch. There's 2 and then there's 4 more coming, and we still have to shoot, obviously, the Glasgow one.
And I would say here as well, this is the right point for us to say, this is our first show going out especially for the first time on Earth X TV, because we are now part of Earth X TV, everybody. I thought there might be more passion behind that. Thank you, Earth X. So we are going to be putting out a more augmented version of this. If you've been watching at home, thank you. We're going to edit in a lot else of what's been going on here. You can watch that online on Earth X TV. We'll be pushing that around next week. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. And I'm going to say, throw to Rain Stern here.
Everything.
Go for it.
Everything that you guys have been saying. Here's my last piece that I don't think I've quite heard yet. You're talking about money is the purpose is the new luxury. We, as everybody, but especially as a person who is a musician and who is an influencer and does these things, like it is my mission to make caring look really cool. That's got to be the new cool thing, is caring about things, because it's been so cool for so long to be like whatever, and that just can't be it.
Toxic chill.
Toxic chill. Yeah, totally.
Chill.
And a part of action though, right, is coming from these small actions, but it's really such a huge thing to start with everybody. It's like Michael Jackson said with Man in the Mirror, right? Is spirituality, and I think that there are so many people, especially young people, who have been so turned off by these super powerful monotheistic religions that have just like oppressed, women and so many other people, and for so long that now we're avoiding spirituality, but this living planet and the fact that we're all sitting here breathing, and the majesty of us constantly figuring out that the more we know that there's more to know, right? Is like has to be some spiritual phenomenon, and that has to be enough. And there's so many people that are out of touch with that part of themselves, right? That they're not called to action because they don't feel anything. And so the information isn't enough. You need to inspire with emotion.
I like that.
And that's where people need to learn how to love themselves. Because when you love yourself, you are called to want to love the world as a reflection. That's what.
Thank you for leading that. Yes. It starts from within. So don't feel the toxic chill. I've been Timo Peach. Thank you so much to all our guests, Giovanni, Piotr, Morton, and Shona, and you, of course. Thank you for coming up. This has been the Global Goal. Music Roadshow, first ever show together with Away. We are doing something else that you need to catch this. There's another special show.
Oh,
there is. You wait.
I got up.
You just did a lovely song. I suppose you can because you have some, but
I
we're not going to let that.
guys, actually.
Hey.
Speaking of which,
get on stage because we're all good. Woo! So we are all going to go and chase Rain and my brother AY on stage for the Rockin 1000 finale concert for All for Climate here in Milan. It's been fantastic to be a guest here and to be in Rome. But not only can you find the augmented version of this show edited up for next week, starting to stream on EarthX TV, yes, also exclusive to the World Food Forum, where we have been in Rome and we're going back there for the weekend, you can find a Global Goals special super show streaming on their platform because we are in a brilliant top secret location that we had to film it. It is exciting, those who've been there, isn't it, Mrs. Peach? Yeah. And that's going out 7 o'clock on Sunday evening, which will mean nothing if you're watching this years from now. Exclusive on the FAO website. We will post links to that and you get to see much more about how AY and I met and some fantastic guests on that show too. Thank you all for joining us. This has been the Global Goals Music Roadshow. And to the EarthX crew who are with us, thank you. And if you want to join the, I was going to say the revolution. Is it revolution? It's quite a genteel, fun revolution. You can find us in all the usual places online here. Thank you for joining. I'm just filling it. You know what I'm like here. I just fill because I can't find the asset on StreamYard. The joy of doing this is that we can edit that out. So this is like an extra special bit for you at home watching live. Thank you. So staying in. But while I'm concentrating on you, I'm still not finding a thing. So here is the bit. Here it is. We're sponsored by these guys. Where is it? It's there. It's not. It's the. We really will literally have to. No. We really need to get Phil in.
Stop the stream. I'm being told for some reason.
We are.
Okay. Cool.